So I was working from home the other day and I thought how productive it will be for me to go on the strongest shroom trip I ever had. And I'm going to share here all the important insights I took from it. There are a lot of benefits to using mushrooms, but if you never had it and you plan to do it, I encourage you to study about the subject to know what you're getting into. Just like you wouldn't drive a car on a highway if you didn't learn how to operate it and you don't know the rules of traffic, hopefully. Because the risks of psychedelics going wrong could be just as bad as crashing a speeding car. So this video shares my point of view that is slightly less positive than other videos you might find on the subject, together with my knowledge about the topic with the insights I got from using this substance. You can use it to make your mind about it. If you consume psychedelic substances, you will see patterns and shapes, but if you take enough, you will get access to a metaphysical realm that exists simultaneously with our world and we don't normally see. These glimpses of the other reality look a lot like the magic that is shown in the movie Doctor Strange. The experience itself depends a lot on the type and the amount of substance that you consume. A lot of times it will feel like an extra layer on top of what you see, which is a bit similar to augmented reality. There are different levels of psychedelic trips. Mine was level 4 according to this list. There are more lists with different ways of dividing the trips into categories, but the ideas remain the same. At some point, you will get to meet and interact with other intelligent entities, and this is the main subject of this video. A common claim about psychedelic trips is that the experiences and entities a user encounters are only in his head, and none of it belongs to a different plane of existence. Now, that is not my belief, and that is not the assumption I make to base my conclusions on. The problem with that claim is that a lot of people see the same things instead of random imaginary friends. Hallucinations alone wouldn't be that consistent. A demon that wants access to someone's soul has clear interest in making a person think that they are not real. This can lead to the victim letting his guard down and becoming more vulnerable. When you are in a trip, you will receive insights and messages directly to your head in a non-verbal way. You sometimes understand things that wouldn't appear obvious before you consume the substance. One of the things I learned is that actions in the physical world are processed by the metaphysical realm, then get reactions by seemingly random events. The people you meet and things that happen to you are the results of decisions that you made. This formula is a simple input-output kind of system that if we were aware of would make as much sense as getting your hand bruised after you punched a wall. The metaphysical realm is infested with beings that want to harm you. These demons will use manipulations and tricks to make you give up your divine protection so that they get your soul. If they succeed, they will invade your head and populate it, making you do things that work against your interests. Examples for demonic oppression by mind parasites would be something like getting obsessed over an incident that happened to you years ago and now you get mad about it out of nowhere. Or my 2 meters tall colleague who looks like he is challenging Hulk Hogan for the heavyweight title in WrestleMania, but then decided that his name is Kimberly. Some people have face tattoos because that is how cattle is marked. That's why the world is the way it is nowadays. Why every city has a gay pride and why schools teach kids how to twerk. It's about them willingly revoke their protection.
I'm an elder trans queer revolutionary anarchist, okay?
Free Palestine, free Palestine.
On small doses, psychedelics help cleaning a person's head from the mind parasites. These type of entities use traumas to feast on negative emotions. Most people who take psychedelics don't know that, but the reason they feel better after a trip is because their mind was clear from some of the parasites. These creatures are sort of leeches but there are more interesting entities. Shortly before the trip kicked in, I felt the presence of shadow people in the corner of my eyes. When they caught my attention, I tried to focus on them, but then they disappeared. I guess you could dismiss it as paranoia and my imagination from using substances, but you already know my stand on that. Once the trip really started, the first creatures I saw looked like humanoid crocodiles in Egyptian drawings. I got the impression that they are a sort of working class in the other realm. They do their labor and don't think too much. After some digging, I found an Egyptian god that looks like these creatures. My theory is that this guy is the father of these crocodile-head people, same way that Dagon is the ancestor of the Deep Ones. Many creatures look like the animation style of Rick and Morty. Some look like Simpsons characters. What is unique about this drawing style, and could explain why these other sides entities look this way, is how the eyeballs in this sort of cartoon seems to be sticking out of the head. This could signify inability to fall asleep, which is common with people who are possessed. Another character I saw was Shinnok from the video game Mortal Kombat. I don't know what it means exactly, but it made me think about the decisions we make when we play video games. When we slay the good people of the Los Angeles version of GTA, does it affect us somehow in the metaphysical realm? Or if my avatar in the game participates in some pagan ritual, will it come back to bite me in the ass in real life? Besides AI, the entire pop culture is designed by demons to communicate or manipulate us. When I researched this subject, I found this video. It's a Betty Boop cartoon from 1933, and you gotta watch this because it has so much meaning. I can't even figure out half of this shit, but you can see the facial expressions and changes in physical form that is really common in the other realm. Here I could recognize one of the crocodile people I saw. Shape-shifting, an entity that is actually a parasite that feeds on you. This video is far from innocent. It communicates about the reality that is hidden from us. The clowns people meet when on psychedelics got a lot of attention the past years. So yeah, I met these guys too. They act friendly in the beginning, but I could see their frustration when I didn't walk into any of their traps. Career ambitions, money, fame, physical pleasures are always meant to make people give up their divine protection so demons can torture them. High status members of society belong to orders in which they had to get into agreements that turned them into puppets. They are all used like tools by these demons and shouldn't be trusted. The clowns like to be in control over your perception of reality. Most of us have 9 to 5 jobs in front of a screen that radiates hypnotic frequencies, and a life full of worries that we operate almost entirely from our smart devices. But that's still not good enough, so we are asked to use augmented reality and virtual reality products, where these entities will get full control over all of our senses. How many people will keep their souls in this scenario? During psychedelic trips, the more you focus, the deeper observations you get. The crocodiles were visible in the beginning and gave me the impression of low-level workers, who are equivalent to physical labor in this world. But after I rejected the friendship of the clowns, who are higher status demons, I could see their true nature. Towards the end of the trip, I got to see something new, and this drawing is an attempt to show what I saw. These entities looked like 80s arcade game characters. The entity on the left is a soul sent to be eaten by the rest of the entities. My interpretation of that vision is that this soul lost its divine protection somehow, and is either dead in the physical world, or it still lives, but the torture it goes through is expressed as mental illness. In the end times, demons and entities from other realms and this realm band together to attack humanity. Besides the demons from the spirit world, there are creatures who go through CERN portals, and the hostile species on Earth like the Sea People. You could think about it like how neo-Nazis and left-wing genderqueers put their differences aside and join Islamists to attack Jews. So the fate of Jews in the end will decide the fate of humanity. What I want you to take from this video is that you should do anything to keep your divine protection. The expression of the decisions made in the metaphysical realm have to consider that.